Today we're doing another New Jersey landmark. We are at a place called Johnny and Hanges. Let's go inside.
Recently on this channel, we've been doing a lot of videos where we're just going to a lot of older places. A lot of places that have been around since like the 1950s. Well, I'd do you one better today. I'm at a place that's been here since 1939. This place is called Johnny and Hanges. It's located in Fairlawn or Patterson, depending on who you ask, in New Jersey. This is a very popular type of eatery we have in New Jersey, which we call them Texas wieners. Don't be weird, but it's basically when you get a hot dog, it's called all the way with like chili, cheese, raw onions, and different things like that. I've been to a few places like this in this channel, namely Rutt's Hut. We did a collab there a couple of months ago, and I've done Hot Grill a couple of times, but this was another highly requested place. I think I'm gonna hit up all the types of places because there are a ton in New Jersey. As I was doing an intro, they called me, all my food was here. I spent $35 on this food. Hold on. I spent $35 on this food. Now, with these types of places, they've been around so long, a lot of them don't really pay rent, so the prices don't really go up. So I'll give you all the prices as I go through this, but I got a ton of food, really popular location that a lot of people requested. So without further ado, man, let's get into this video. I'm gonna start with what is the standard of what people get around here, which is one all the way. So all the way means a hot dog in your face with chili, cheese, mustard, and onions, raw onions. The onions, you can't really tell, but they're underneath their chili. I've only had this place once. I usually used to go to Hot Grill as a kid. Everybody had their location, but let's try it. You can see me nodding my head over and over again. There's something about these places that just reminds me of childhood. And this is very similar to how Hot Grill is for me. The best part about this, believe it or not, it's not really a chili, it's not really mustard, it's not really the onions, it's the hot dog. A lot of places around here use soubrettes. They use Thumans, and it's got a good snap to it, and it's crispy. I would devour it. I did devour it. Look at this. 3 bites, almost gone. So one all the way here is $3.50 all day. $3.50, ain't nothing wrong with that. I say this about a lot of these places. I don't necessarily think that like the recipes and everything is like kind of old school. So it's not going to be like kind of that new thing where it's like heavily seasoned. I know that going into it, so I don't mind it at all. But there's just something to me about good, cheap, affordable, quality food that will always ring near and dear to me. But I also got this, which I see these in Georgia. I never see these up here, but it was on a menu. I've never once eaten these in New Jersey. But this is a slaw dog, and it's very self-explanatory. You already know what this is. It is a hot dog with coleslaw on it. Never once. Said, you know what? Let's try it out. Their coleslaw is a little sweet, but it's still really crunchy. And the contrast of the cold coleslaw with that warm, crispy hot dog, I don't mind that at all. This one also costs $3.50. That's actually really good. I kind of like that sweet and savory mix that's on there. Again, it's not overly sweet. It's just a little sweet. And it works really well with that. Wow. I didn't bite. But again, the thing that's really started the show here, it's the hot dog. Just like all of these places that are old, that have been here for 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years, the owners obviously are not the original owners, but you'll get people where it's a point of contention. It used to be good. I don't really have a contention point to that because I wasn't alive in 1939. I don't even think my grandparents were. So I don't know. What I can tell you now is, with the cost of what stuff is in 2025 and the quality of what this is, you can sign me up for this all day. Both of these, again, if you're rating this, I'd probably give it like a 7. Good quality, but it's nothing like crazy standout, but I genuinely don't mind that at all. But I also got this Italian hot dog, which are really popular in New Jersey. They've been around forever. So what you get with this is potatoes, onions, cheese, peppers. You can get ketchup, mustard. I usually do mustard on mine, and I did this time. This cost $8.50, but as you can see, it's a lot of food. So one of my favorite things, there's a place around here that supposedly has one of the best in the country to a lot of people that I'm gonna go to. There we go. But there's the half right there. Sauteed peppers, onions, diced potatoes. Yeah. This is on what they call the big dog. So they have regular hot dogs and then the bigger menu, where this costs $8 and the cheapest one is $6 for a plain. But again, it's a big one. It comes on a hard roll like this. I haven't had an Italian hot dog in so long. The potatoes are crispy. The peppers and onions are sauteed real nice. A little sweetness from that onion. And personally, I like mine with mustard. Most people will do ketchup mustard, but I've seen people eat them plain too. All about your preference. You give me one of these and a drink, I am good to go. I'll give this an 8. Big diced potatoes in this. Also, for whatever reason, I keep noticing this. This is in fact RC Cola. I even got a picture of it. Because last video I said, I think they use RC Cola too. A lot of these old places use RC Cola. They must be keeping them in business because you can't find RC Cola anywhere. But they all have them. So, RC. Think about this. All this food for $35. You can't really go to many places. Like, you can't get $35 worth of food like this in McDonald's anymore. Crazy the times we live in. Onion rings, they all do these scratch-made onion rings. Ketchup. Again, there's nothing about any of this that you're gonna find that's extra, but they're just fried right. Onion, real breading, little ketchup. Just hits. And the onion rings, I'm looking at the menu because it's right here. $5. A large onion ring at Burger King is like $5 and change where I am. You know what I'm saying? And that's not real onion. Well, it's real, but it's onion paste in there. I do like Burger King's onion rings though, but this is like the crown jewel for me. Let's do the disco fries, or the fries with cheese and gravy. All these places serve fries with cheese and gravy. One of my favorite things I always got as a kid was the fries with cheese and gravy. I was extremely picky, but when we used to go to Hot Grill, which is again similar to this, always the fries with cheese and gravy. So fresh moats on the top, and everyone has their own different gravy recipe. Let's try theirs. They have better gravy than the Hot Grill. This is a good gravy. I like this one better, and I always liked Hot Grill, but I have to admit, the fries are still nice and crispy. Melty cheese over the top. This is better than a lot of diners' gravy these days. The really deep, rich flavor. A lot of them have this blander, watery-er gravy, and this one is like thicker. It works really well with these crispy fries and melted cheese all over. I used to just get like 10 of these and then throw them in here. Hell yeah. 8.5. One of the better ones I've had in a while. A lot of the places, the older places, their gravy's starting to suck, and I'm glad theirs doesn't. I know there's gonna be an older person or their gravy's not the same. I can only tell you what I'm tasting, and you know, everybody has different taste buds. Onion rings in the gravy. I should have got a cup of gravy. Oh man. Oh yeah. Next time I come here, big ass cup of gravy. Big ass cup. Big ass cup. I have this really bad luck. Everywhere I go, I walk in, it's quiet, and I think I'm being trolled at this point because they always turn the music up. But I'm here pretty early. It's 11:30. They open at 11. So they probably had the music down, and now they just turned it up because it's like time to. It is what it is. My mic doesn't really pick up too much of the music. You'll hear it, but anyway. One more thing we got, because he said, anything else? Because he we keep ordering. I was like, why don't you throw a burger in there with chili? So I just did the chili cheeseburger. I didn't do all the way on this. I can't go too crazy with raw onions. So their burger is much bigger than a lot of the other places. First thing I noticed. All these burgers are the same. Not a bad thing. They're usually really soft. Like, I think they would put a lot of people off, but I'm used to it. I just turn the music down. I think it put a lot of people off and never had it because their burgers always have like dandruff, like your older bun. But the thing is, the patty is soft to the point that it's almost mushy, but that's how they all come. And it's due to the way they cook them. Some of these places steam them, but a lot of them just have methods that do it that way because they're easier to keep moist, because the whole point of these places is quick service. All this food came out maybe 5 minutes, and that's always been a point of it. So that's why they do it. I'm used to it. I say keep an open mind, but if I just do this right here. Excuse me. I forget I got a mic so close, so if that was really loud, my bad. The onion ring in here. You could feed, like if you go to a restaurant these days and spend $100, case in point, respectfully, Red Lobster. What would we spend there? $81? You know what I could get here with $81? You know what I'm saying? But I say add the onion rings or do one all the way. This was $6. And the fries were $5. So again, you come in here at $10, you're to eat like a king. Theoretically, you get two all the way and a drink. You're still under 10. These days, man, that's all we ask for. And one thing about New Jersey is we are full of old restaurants that have been around forever. That they didn't really like raise their prices too much. There's a pizza place. Maybe we'll do that one too. That is somewhere around 80 years old the same way. And you can get a whole pie, like a large pie, it's like $11 in 2025. So maybe we'll do that. But this is a really good meal. And if I worked close to here, I would be here for lunch like every day. Because you can come here, 45-minute lunch break, get your food real quick, be in and out. And that's all you really ask for. And I will tear this apart. Objective rating, I would give this a 6 out of 10. Nostalgic rating, everything else thrown into that rating, to me, like this gets a 9. But if you're from out of town, I don't know if you'll really dig it like that. But I still think it's cool to come in here. Still feels like you're back in time a little bit, but the stuff is modernized. It doesn't look like it did back then, but it still feels that way for whatever reason. So, live in the area, more than likely you already know about this place. I'm sure there are a ton of comments already. But if you don't and you're ever around, places like this are always worth checking out. I absolutely did not regret this at all. I was in the area because I had to get my car serviced. And I was like, might as well stop over here. But really good, man. I'm gonna stop eating because I will devour everything on here and then regret it later. That being said, I hope y'all enjoyed, man. I really did. I'm glad we're doing more local places to mix in, going into restaurants, getting the ambiance, getting the vibe, getting the food. And I'm really enjoying this. So I'm glad people are digging the content. And of course, we'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. At Hand Signs. They made it to YouTube.